Hey, welcome back to Str8 No BS. How y'all ladies doing? We are doing
Good.
good. Let me introduce us. I'm Jay. This is Tanya. We have Cynthia down below. We got Taz up in the right-hand corner.
Hey, everybody. Hey.
Let me ask y'all, have y'all ever wondered what goes on behind closed doors at somebody else's house?
Hell no, because my house has always got something going on.
Okay. And you wonder, is it just as dysfunctional as mine? I'm telling you, I didn't wonder that a lot of times. And I'm going to tell y'all now, this one lady, she said, the hell with it. I'm going to let the whole world in to see what the hell is going on. You know why? Because I need some help. Now, you know what? When you take it like that, girl, well, you got to let the world know. You got to let it be in sometime. So, y'all, let's take a look at this video that I got to play for y'all, this clip. And then I want y'all to sound off on this.
Focus on your fucking child. You had your shit. You had your shit, and you right back in mine. No, I don't need no cookie. I got some in the room. You want one? You want one? I got a lot of them. I got a lot of cookies in the room. I got a lot of cookies. Got a lot of cookies. I'm petty, bitch, but you stand in my house. I'm petty, but you in my house. You are in my house. I'm petty. You don't do shit for me. Cause I want my shit clean. Let it stay clean. What the fuck up in your house is that? I just came here picking up shit up off the floor. It's food up. You're a fucking lie. You're a fucking lie. I've been fucking sweeping up since I came in the door. Yeah, one piece of egg, right? Really, Olivia. I picked up more than some fucking egg. Yeah, okay. You sitting up there lying. You know I picked up more than an egg. I picked up more. I don't get. She ain't gotta get up off shit. She ain't gotta get off a motherfucking thing. You motherfucking right, bitch. I like a clean house. I like a clean house. Clean. You're a fucking shit. You're a fucking liar. You see how disrespectful this motherfucker is? She ain't got no respect for nobody but her dumbass friends. That's all she got respect for. For her dumbass friends. She don't respect me or her siblings. This is what she does. This is what I shouldn't have to show you no respect. You're in my fucking house. You are in my house. I don't have to show you no fucking respect. I don't have to show you no respect. What you?
Now, I'm going to tell y'all now. Y'all see my face? Girl, she would have had her damn teeth in her pocket. Did you hear me?
Girl in her pocket. See, them must have been on the string around the neck.
Outside, out the window. I don't know. Oh, my God. Cynthia, what you got to say about this situation here?
First, I'm going to say this because this is what Straight Talk represents. That mother had a meltdown. I'm gonna say that first. She had a meltdown. She didn't just put her child on social media, because I know a lot of people probably gave her some backlash about that. She didn't just put her child on social media. That was built up. But for me, because I am OCD and everything has a place and a spot where it needs to be, I didn't play that. I didn't groan at all. My son is 27, about to be 28. You don't come in and kick your shoes out, put your backpack on the couch, slouch on my couch. I ain't paid but $800 for my couch, but when you sit on my couch, you're going to treat it like I paid $8,000 for it. You understand?
I know it. It's just a simple matter of respecting your parents' house or what your parents have. I want to first say hello to everybody that's in the room, and the comments that everybody is saying. That was hard to watch.
I want to address this comment here. Okay, Timothy, he said that was hard to watch, but it's not the child's fault. I'm going to say, to me, it looked like this. If this mother went live, she obviously already tried other tactics. She's already talked to the child.
You think so?
I don't think that the mom would just instantly just go live. They had to talk about it. She had to receive warnings before she took this extreme measure of taking it to social media. Y'all agree?
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you don't listen, and I'm giving you warning signs, and I'm telling you, hey, you need to clean up my house, and you're going against what I say. Guess what? Kids, they don't fear what we say anymore. They fear social media and what social media thinks of them. So I feel like, okay, if that's the best way to get her like that through social media.
Taz, sound off on that. What you think?
Hey, I need a shovel, but the spoon gonna represent this is what I scoop out the ashes in the fireplace with. I'm gonna start with this, and I'm gonna dig a grave.
You dumb.
All I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. If and sometimes you could raise your, like we've said before, you could raise your child to the best of your ability. But once they get on social media and they get around their friends and they see their friends doing it, they think they come home and do it and ain't nothing gonna happen to them. If you so desire that your tongue get ripped out from between your lips, go ahead and try it.
All right.
Because there is no way that if I allow you to sit in this house, I allow you to lay your head on any pillow in here.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you feel it's a privilege.
you talk to me after I done been over backwards, and you talk to me in that kind of tone. You
Mm-hmm.
use those words as if I'm one of your friends or you just as grown as I am. I'm gonna show you what old school do. I'm gonna show you what the old school look like. Period.
Okay, I hear that.
You're
I hear
not
that.
finna do that, you know?
I gave my kids control of my apartment. I gave my kids my control of my apartment. What I mean is I'm in a home, but because my name is still on that lease, I still go do spot checks. Get this up, get this right, because we can make other arrangements real quick. And if it's a bill in this house that I got to pay, and I done gave you this place, you don't got the right to be here. So we're gonna make other arrangements for you to move around. That's really how I feel. You are a young adult, so keep it that way.
All
Okay.
right.
Tim
Respectfully.
says the mother is cursing out the child. This was not the first time she has cussed at her child. There is a break in the foundation. Children do not grow up cussing out parents. Focus on the root of the problem. The way the mother spoke to the child is unacceptable. That child's behavior is learned. Well, Tim, I have to say that it probably wasn't learned in the house. You know, kids, they hang out with friends, their peers, you know. So I'm telling you, some of that was it came from the friends on the outside of the house. And the reason why I said is because every last one of my kids, we taught them a certain way, but they displayed different actions from the friends outside.
So what you're saying, and I agree, I guess to an extent, because what was displayed wasn't the first time. You understand that dynamic has been happening, been developed, and it did go to a level that probably it should have never have gone to. But again, it's been something that's going on. But it's not just learned in the home. But I do believe she did learn and pick up some of that crap from her mom. I really do. I think some of it, like I'm talking about the cursing and the way, the expression of whatever. I think some of that was learned. But then also, I agree with what Judy said, because there's a lot of that stuff kids pick up from social media, their friends, school, whatever. They pick up a lot of that kind of stuff. So I think somewhere or another, there wasn't a correction in, hey, what's allowed in my house, what I stand for. The respect boundaries were blurred.
Being your child's friend. So that's the problem that I have with it. I think that she was being her child's friend, and they got comfortable with talking to each other like that.
I say it like this. I'm not gonna sit on this platform and sit here and say I've never cursed at my kids or whatever the case may be, because I have. But I also laid that foundation down to where if you think you can step to me like I'm your friend or your compadre, I will lay you down like the platform outside. And I only stand 4'9". I'm not no big woman. The respect comes because you lay that foundation of respect. Don't get me wrong. I don't party with my kids. I don't drink with my kids. I don't hang out with my kids. If my kids been in the club 3 hours and I walk in that club, I ain't leaving that club. My kids is leaving that club because I'm the elder in the household. So
but you have to realize that a lot of kids have secret lives that they live anyway. They're not gonna show you how they really are.
They won't.
You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you this. Believe me when I tell you, because I done seen some sides to my kids that I never thought that I would see.
But I go back to the boundaries part. You know, I regret not setting those boundaries and stuff with my kid, you know, when they were younger or at that age where it should have been established. And I allowed some things to be said and spoken. And I found myself going back and forth with my child. Why am I, an adult, going back and forth with my child? I understand you listening to them, hearing their opinion or whatever, but there's a certain level or a line that you just don't cross. And I have to say that it leads to bigger problems later if you don't correct it when it's at that stage. So you can go on to them.
And maybe Tanya, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? She didn't correct the issue at an early age, and it led to the child being
Just something that
disrespectful. You see what
developed
I'm
something
saying?
like
Yeah.
that, right?
Because maybe
Boundaries
back
not being
then,
corrected.
yeah, maybe back then she had the thought of, you know, CPS, and you know what I'm saying, and scared that her kids were gonna run off and do God whatever if she didn't probably give them their way, give them what they want. She catered to them, and this is
Yeah.
the end result. Now she's had enough, and you know what
And
I'm
here you go,
saying.
volcano has
And here
erupted.
you go, yeah. And
Mhm.
and people have to understand it happens. If you have never been raised around that, if you have never, you know what I'm saying, just been in a household, and we all know, Judy, you know, especially, I have. You know what I'm saying? I've been in that household. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
yeah.
it didn't cause me to in turn do my kids the same way. I have vowed early on that I would never do my kids that way, and I never have. So if you've never been in that household, you might can sympathize with the child or whatever the case you might want to call it. But it's funny because most people do sympathize with the child because they actually ain't never been in that predicament. They've never been
And
in
you
that
know what?
household.
You're absolutely right. They side
Yeah.
with the kid because you've never been in that situation. I've been in that
Yeah.
situation. I've been in that situation to where you don't have any help. You're calling, you say, hey, come pick my kid up
True.
before I kill his ass. Come pick him up because I'm about to
Yeah.
put my hands on him, right?
Hmm.
Because enough is enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And you call and there's no help.
They
I
start to
called the
give you
detention centers and
stipulations
told them,
and
come pick my son
guidelines.
up.
I need
Do
help.
you think that they reached out to me? I'm sorry, we can't do anything. We can't help you.
You in
I
the wrong
talked to everybody at
county.
the schools. We can't help you. I talked to Cynthia. I said, Cynthia, do you know any homes, boys' homes that I could take my son to get some help? There was no help. So when you don't have no help, you turn to extreme measures because at that point you're like, I'm out of options. Somebody, anybody, just help me.
You know
Internet,
what, Judy?
right?
But this is the funny part. This is the whole funny part. When you're looking for help, like you said, nobody is ever there to help. You can't never get no help. But you let them go outside that door, and them and their homeboys is out there kicking in doors and robbing. All of a sudden, now they want to lend a helping hand. They ready to lock them up. But when you're asking for help to straighten them up inside your home, don't nobody want to do it.
Nope.
You know,
But soon, but you know, it's money for them to to be housed in the jail and in prison. So of course, you know, that's when they're gonna lend a helping hand.
I
Timothy said, when a parent and child have a solid foundation, you do not get to this point. This is probably generational.
Mm-hmm.
What was the
Yeah.
age of the mother and the father? Everyone keeps talking about laying the child out, but you must get to the root cause. Beating a child won't change this type of behavior. And you absolutely right, Tim. You are
Right.
absolutely right. But there are some
Well,
kids that if you don't put the fear of God in them, guess what? They're gonna check you and they're gonna put their hands on you. You like I said, it's just you have to when you go through these experiences and these situations, then you will see through a different lens.
yeah,
have to
because
say
and
it
I
like
oh go
this.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I gotta say it like this. Judy and Tanya, yeah, I am a living witness that y'all did cry out for help. And in my situation with my extreme discipline, because I was very stern, I sheltered my kids from a lot of things when it came to this cruel world. And now that they're young adults, they're afraid to step out on faith because I sheltered them from so much. But with that being said, I had a judge in the school system that helped me. My daughter skipped 31 days truancy. I don't even know how she made it to the ninth grade, to be honest with you. And that judge told her, if you skip one day from your freshman year, from your sophomore year to your senior year, I'm locking your ass up for 90 days. Your mama can't come visit you and she can't bring you nothing to eat. So I had somebody to kind of scare my kids straight. And then I put them into a youth program at their school. They were in a mentoring program. So for anybody that's watching, because I'm talking a long time, but for anybody that's watching, find that youth program, find that mentoring program. But it also starts at home. When my kids got into that program, they wasn't so far gone out there that the school had to get them and save them, because I had my hands so tight around their neck they could barely breathe. And I had to tell the mentors that at one point, they don't need you to be a parent. They need you to be there to support them and listen to them when they can't come to me. But I'm the parent. I'm the mama, the daddy, the uncle, the auntie. Don't think you coming in fixing something that ain't been broken. But kids do need an outlet, is all I'm saying. My kids open up in a way in that mentoring group that they would have never opened up to me.
I'm gonna say nowadays people are so scared of disciplining their kids, as far as corporal punishment. You can't be scared. Back in the olden days, we didn't have that disrespect. You know why? Because we didn't spare the rod. Stop sparing the rod. What I say. Then we move on to clip 2.
Off the floor, leave it, put them in the garbage can. I put them in the garbage. Yeah, because I got the shit up. That's why. Because I got the shit up. While you sitting there on the phone, like you doing that, on the fucking phone. On the damn phone. This all she does all day, and let her son just run around and fuck up. See, all she do is sit up on her fucking phone. You on the phone, focus on your goddamn child, not that phone. No, you don't. If you did, my house wouldn't be fucked up.
Yo, I got a problem with that mainly, and I mean the baby. Why y'all are doing all of that, right? All of that dysfunction, and that baby just sitting there screaming,
grandma, mama.
That right there is a mom.
That's disturbing.
That part right there was the worst.
I did not realize that little girl had a child. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, he was 2 years old. Judy, read Tatiana's post for me. The letters are too little.
She said, because I definitely know a person who had a great 2-parent home and she disrespected her parents and they kicked her out. And guess what? My mother let her move in. Best believe you couldn't disrespect my mama. Okay,
sometimes
Tatiana,
come from another
Tatiana,
parent.
that is so true. I believe that I raised my kids to the best of my ability. I mean, I think we were great parents. We were their best friends, and we were with them 365.
Yeah, they never went to stay with grandparents and stuff like that, friends, uncles, any of that kind of stuff. We were always there. They didn't, go to
went to
other
all
people,
their functions, involved ourselves into their functions. Anytime they had problems, but it's like when they got amongst their friends, they changed.
And that's why I like Timothy was saying, a crack in the foundation, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. I'm like Judy, I done seen where parents done, you know what I'm saying, did everything they could for their child, but their child ended up being disrespectful. As a matter of fact, I had a friend of mine, and this was before I even had kids, but she had a little boy already. And I went to her house. And her mother, when she got ready to leave, all her mother asked her to do was to bathe her child and put her child to bed before she left.
Mm-hmm.
She went ballistic. And I looked at her. I said, hold on. I said, wait a minute. I told her, I said, come on, let's bathe this child. Let's get him in the bed. I didn't have no kids at the time. But the fact that your mother was willing and, you know what I'm saying, to be there with your child while you go out and party, the least you could do is handle your business as this child's mother.
Yeah, in her home.
That's not your grandmother's job. I mean, that's not your mother's job. She's the grandmother. She's not the parent.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And with this child, that child is sitting there on her phone with her leg draped over the side of that doggone chair, and she got a baby.
She just comfortable.
Now, this is what's gonna happen. Now, it starts to tell a story. That child gonna end up disrespecting her.
That's right. Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Something about it being generational. So it's just going to continue on, definitely.
So now, as I'm looking at it, I'm wondering, was she the same way when she had her?
Who knows?
You know what I'm saying? Was there a pattern there now?
Quite possibly. Miss Arabia, she says, I definitely know kids can be disrespectful, but the relationship between mother and child is just that, between them. It's allowed, it's reciprocated, and it's rooted with them, irrespective of whose kids are with other people. So it doesn't matter. I mean, kids are disrespectful, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter who raises them or whatever. That's their nature.
Yeah.
To be disrespectful at times, but I think it matters how we as parents respond to that disrespectful stuff, wherever they picked it up from, whether it was something they saw in the home or out with their friends or whatever. How we respond to it, I think, determines the course of how things are going to go.
Well, the funny thing is that like my household when I was younger was dysfunctional. Okay, my relationship with my kids, that's something I never had to deal with, something I never had to go through, but I only speak of it because of how I was. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, when I had got to a point, okay, imagine being a young child and you are not with either of your biological parents. You're feeling out of place because you're now with your siblings' family. You see what I'm saying? So it's even though your siblings' family is taking you in, you still have that feeling of really you don't belong. So with me having that feeling of not belonging, I just immediately I fighting. I didn't listen to nobody. Me and my dad got into it. I talked noise to
So,
him. I had got to the point to where it was just, you know what I'm saying, it's total chaos because like I have an auntie, which is my dad's sister, have an auntie that one day me and her got into it. I got dressed for church. She said, come on, let's get dressed. Got dressed for church. They got ready to leave. As soon as we got ready to go out the door, she turned to me and she looked at me and said, you're not getting in my car. So I got up
why?
and got dressed for nothing. Me and her didn't get along.
Okay,
But
so
for
wait a
her
minute. For
sake,
instance, you're telling us that you were in a situation to where you weren't a part of your own natural home and you were raised by other people. So it then in turn made you feel left out, I guess, or
yeah. Mm-hmm.
discord. I'm trying to say
Disconnected.
disconnected. So then
Yeah.
it caused you
Yeah.
to act out in that way. Were you
Yeah.
disrespectful to it was your aunt and uncle or?
That was that okay, my stepdad, which I consider to be my dad, Dylan, Judy.
Yeah.
Um, okay, he came, which is my sister's dad. But when he would come get her, he would also get me.
Mhm.
Okay. But anyway, I was with his side of the family. And me and Renee did not get along. And so me and Renee, like I said, we got ready to go to church. She told me I wasn't riding in her car. And it bothered me because I didn't know what was going on. My aunt Tammy is the one who came and picked and got me because she knew what I had done, which was she already knew I had left that house when Renee told me not to leave the house. But I wasn't going to stay in somebody's house that really didn't want me there. So I did leave her house. I left her apartment, and yeah, her door was unlocked. At that time, I didn't give a doggone. So I left, and I was walking across the bridge over in Abilene, Texas. I was walking across the bridge going over there to my mother's house. And sure enough, a truck pulls up. It's my Aunt Tammy. She picks me up. She said, I knew you was going to leave. I had got to a point where I didn't care no more. You see what I'm saying? If I'm somewhere I know I don't know nobody really want me, what do you think that child is going to do? If I didn't do it with everybody else, but I know I did it with Carolyn. She was one of the ones that she gave birth to me. So I mean,
So
it does
what about
matter
these kids that are raised up in good households
that they end up being
that just act
disrespectful.
out, just to act out,
I
either
think
because they're
they
not
get
getting
in
their way or
school.
whatever?
Well, if they are like for those kids that are raised correctly and those parents know they've done their job, that come on
Mm-hmm.
the outside.
It's attention
That
seekers.
come yeah, it comes from them wanting to fit in with the other crowd that they see doing it to their parents and they can get away with it, so they go ahead, they can go ahead and try it, and you know,
I
and
tell my kids right today, it's attention seekers. It doesn't matter if the attention is negative or good
or
attention. As
positive.
long as that attention is on them, that's all
Uh-huh.
that matters to them at that time. It's called
Yep.
attention seeker. And when my
Okay.
kid asked for attention, I gave that ass some attention. Period. Point.
No matter where we at, huh?
It don't matter. I do it to my grandkids. I love all my grandkids and will lay it down for all of them. But my youngest grandbaby was over here at my house yesterday for Sunday dinner. And she had my phone and mama trying to put it on Netflix, long story short. So she wants to fall out. So I said, and she dried it up real quick. Look, you're not gonna fall out up in here, baby.
What would y'all say? Okay, well, first of all,
Read Arabia's comment.
okay. My child was 14, facing incarceration until 19. She's now 19 and a college graduate. In her worst day, my child would have never acted that way in my home with me. Who they are with other people, friends, teachers, etc., have nothing to do with who they are with you. If there's a parent-child relationship, I know that now, but then I did not. We learn as we go as parents, definitely the truth right there. We make mistakes, but there is a point of no return when it gets that far gone, as it is with that mother and child, is what I'm saying. And
that's right, Arabia. Right that's there. Right. You get to that point to where there's no turning around, or you can't change them. You know, they develop these habits early.
And then now what? Now what do you do? And that's what I was about to ask. So in the second clip that we just showed, you saw the baby, the mama, the daughter, the whole dysfunction going on. What would be some advice, like if it's at that level? What would you say? And I'm talking about as the parent. As the parent, what would be the advice? Maybe if you see some youngsters.
My advice would be, and I had to do it myself, put that kid out. They need a wake-up call, because sometimes you can't just talk to that kid. You have to let life teach them.
And in what way do you handle that?
Sometimes they need to go out into the world to humble them some. You know what I'm saying? And learn that it's not my job to give you everything.
That's right. You're taking advantage.
Yeah, wait, hold on. But you know what?
Now, because I need to talk over you, Taz. But wait,
no, go ahead.
The girl in that video, how old is she? She's 20 something, right?
No. Yeah, she is.
The young girl is 20 or 20 something young. She's young in her 20s. And the little boy, I think, is how old? 2
I don't know.
Or something. But I'm thinking she's old enough.
Oh, girl, hold on.
She's 20 years old and has stayed in her
out and take care of herself.
She's
old enough to get out.
She's 20 years old and she only had her own place for 7 months.
She had her own place. She couldn't pay $70-something, and so she got put out. And now she's back at her mom's house being disrespectful.
When you say what could be done, what could be done, for me, I stopped and I did say a prayer for the family. I mean, I'm not a sanctified Christian. I do consider myself a Christian, but I stopped and said a prayer for the family, because that baby's gonna have bad nerves.
Beyond bad nerves.
I'll say that because I disciplined my son right out the gate that young, and he's 27, and his nerves are bad. My son, I can honestly admit, his nerves are bad. My son stay ready to keep from getting ready. You ain't gonna catch him slipping, because he's always on guard. And I teach my girls that right today. You know what I'm saying? Watch what you say in front of your kids. Watch how you speak to your kids, because you don't want your kids to grow up nervous, like they can't come to you, like they got a nervous tick.
That's right. You're so right. Amber, she says the kids are just spoiled and are children, and they will act out if they don't get what they want.
And she also said tough love is what they need.
That's what needs to be done. So that's her advice. What is Tim?
And then Tim says they must seek professional help.
Good advice. I'm thinking that's some wonderful advice.
You know what, Tim, I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry. Maybe I know we probably come from 2 different backgrounds, baby. Professional help don't work for everybody. What worked for one person don't always work for the next. Trust and believe that. Everybody wants to say, go get some professional help. Professional help don't always work. It might work.
But I think that, go ahead.
When the child is that far gone and she's grown, let me tell you something. The minute you laid on your back and you had that child, and that was 2 years ago, and that means that you was 18. At the age of 18, when you laid on your back and you gapped your legs and you got pregnant, you were then grown. So now you get treated like you grown. There is no way that you're going to be in my household and you still got a full set of teeth.
Professional help comes from many different sources. It doesn't have to be a certified.
No. It doesn't matter. When I say he says professional help, I don't look at it as just being somebody with a degree. You can get that anywhere. You can get that from your next door neighbor. But my point is this: sometimes all that don't work for everybody. Just like time out, putting a child, that shit don't work for everybody. Now I'm going back to the new beginning of me. Listen,
I
all
feel
that shit don't.
like
That
the
shit
rules
don't.
of parenting
That,
has changed anyway.
Over
Don't
the
y'all
years.
feel like
but
our
it's
parenting
changed.
has changed
It
to
has
where
changed
now they
across
can
the
call the
board.
police on you. They
Yes.
can call the police on you.
Listen.
No kid left behind at school. Hey, I'm not if you ain't good enough to make the football team, we're gonna put you in there anyway and let you run a couple of plays.
And
See,
soften the blow. Don't tell you that
We're making it too easy for these kids
okay.
now.
It
And you know what that
stopped.
does? That make them not wanna what am I trying to say?
Try
They don't have
anything
they
to
don't
make,
have
yeah,
respect for authority.
they
They
don't.
don't have
And
respect for
and and
authority.
he- and the thing of it is remember when we were in school, for one, there was prayer. You were allowed to pray. The minute prayer came out of school, and the minute the kids found out that they can call the police, baby, all hell broke loose. All hell
Hmm.
broke loose, and it's been bad ever since. But I
My
tell you
daughter tried to
what,
call the
the
police. I
day
gave
that
her the phone.
listen, the day that I was in the mall, remember when what's that store, Wet Seals, was around?
Mm-hmm.
And I went in there and was looking at some clothes, and I went to walk out and Zay tried this one time, fell out on that floor and was up under them clothes just hollering. I went to walk away. The man came to me and told me. He said, "Ma'am, you can't do that." I looked at him. I said, "Do you want to take him home with you?" I said, "Do you want to feed him and clothe him?" He said, "Well, no, ma'am." I said, "Then I told him, then get back in your place. I got this." I put one foot outside the store. Zay jumped behind up and came on, and Zay never did it ever again. And I didn't have to whoop him. I didn't have to whoop him, but
I
I
know
wanted
that's
him.
right.
I needed him to know that you won't do all that hollering. I'm gonna leave you right where you at. I'll
All
come back
right,
and see
girl.
if you're all right. I'm only gonna be a few feet away, but
Girl, you know what?
I want to see what you gonna do, huh?
All right, let's
We
see what
finna
this.
move on to clip 3.
All
What
right.
we got to do it? I'm throwing you because I'm talking about your child. Go on and walk off, Miss Olivia. Go on and walk out. You can't talk about me, bitch. You stand in my house. You stand in my house. You can't talk about nobody. Who? Who you talking? Who you calling the bitch? Who you calling the bitch, Olivia? Who you calling the bitch? Who you calling the bitch? See, I can look at this shit. This the shit I'm talking about. Chips and shit all on the fucking floor. This what I'm talking about. She not cleaning up behind her son. It's chips and shit all up in the hallway. She just sit her ass up on the fucking phone. That's all the bitch do, and let her son fuck up.
Y'all, this just keeps getting more dysfunctional and crazy, but it's like we keep saying, she evidently has gotten to the point of, I just don't know what to do, so I'm gonna blast you and all of your crazy on social media, since that's who you fear the most. You no longer respect me. Maybe you respect the opinions of those out in the world. I don't know, but it's gone way south.
And then too, another thing that kids tend to do. When they being put on blast, sometimes think about this. You have a child who is actually not disrespectful, but then they get put on blast in front of friends, in front of
Whoever. Mhm.
social media or whatever, and then all of a sudden they get that backbone and start talking because really it's all out of embarrassment.
There you go. Agree with
You know what I'm
I feel
saying?
like you
They're
shouldn't have did
embarrassed.
what you did to get embarrassed.
I mean, which is true, which is true.
Yeah,
I do agree with it. And
like
the
I said,
fact,
I believe in if it was like the old school way, like I said, it wouldn't even be no more conversation. You know why?
True.
Because you would have gave that respect and say, yes, ma'am, and
Done.
got your ass up
Judy,
and did whatever you do. End the story. Point blank,
Ju-
period. These
Judy,
kids are demanding too much respect from a grown ass motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it
Judy.
real.
I didn't even have to look. I didn't even have to do nothing. Remember when we used to be at my house and we laughed too motherfucking long? Girl, I would have had all my fronts laid on the floor. Would have been wearing dentures at an early age.
When our
I'm
parents
telling
told us to
you.
shut up, we shut up. They looked at us, we shut up.
Well,
You know
hold
but
on,
all
me and
this
Judy.
back talk now, all this back talk, that's too much. In my house, you don't get no opinion, which me and Tanya had that issue with. Letting the
Judy,
kids have an opinion. And when she let them kids have an opinion, guess what? Well, now that they done got grown, think they grown and
They
smelling
don't.
themselves, Now it's more than just this. Now they want to put their hands on folks. You know what I'm saying?
And go to that other extreme, which is ridiculous.
Yes.
Say, yeah, I was thinking about what I said. We were used to be at my house.
Yes.
And you said when we got told to shut up, we shut up. You motherfucking low. We was at my house, boy. We was still in there sniggling and giggling.
But you know what? We was hiding underneath them covers.
Bet
though.
you did.
We
Bet
was
you
hiding
did.
underneath them covers laughing. We didn't let your mama come in and hear us hollering and laughing. Because when she came in that door, she said, "Francis, Judy, shut y'all up." We shut the hell up.
No, I take that back. No, we shut up for a little bit, and then we'll start chuckling real quiet. But next thing you know, Judy will do some dumb shit, and I get loud again.
You know, I remember what
comment. Go ahead, read.
Okay.
Okay, Tim, he says, Taz, you keep starting at the child. You can have a child but not be mentally ready. This mother is cussing her child out in front of the grandchild. I repeat, this child didn't grow up cussing a parent out. When the young child starts to cuss adults out, then you will blame the child. Professional help can help because it will get to the root cause of the problem and give tools to help going forward. We as Black people have tried other methods. We need to try therapy. And I agree about therapy. Wait a minute, Taz. You said before you come on in that comment on that, you said that therapy doesn't work.
Yeah, I didn't say no. I did. No, I didn't. I said it's not for everybody. That's what I said.
But I'm just saying, there's therapy for us.
I did not say it didn't work. I did not say it didn't work. Now,
okay, Taz, we got it straight. You said that it don't work for everybody. Now, come on, Tanya, make your point.
No, I'm just saying therapy. There's other different types of therapy. Try different therapists. Okay, let's.
Do you think it worked?
We said
no.
I think you need to investigate and find the right therapist that is right for you. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I'm gonna say this to Timothy. Once a child has gotten a certain age, that child is now grown. She gonna be dealt like she is grown. She is not no teenager. So therefore, after you hit a certain age, that's what I see you as being grown. So I'm going to deal with you as such. Now, if she was a teenage child, then yeah, I would probably say, okay, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take my teenage child to go get some help. Let's see who we could talk to. Let's go to the preacher. Let's go to whoever. That's fine. But when you're 20 years old and you in my house and you disrespecting me, dude, I'm finna deal with you. Everybody deal with shit differently. You deal with your household, I deal with mine. Period.
Everybody has different ways of parenting. That's the biggest issue.
Arabia says, but I do believe the mother called the child a bitch first. And this video didn't start at the beginning of the fight. So we don't really know. See or get the whole story from just a snippet. And that's what I was saying, Arabia. But I believe that by this lady whipping out her phone and instantly going live, it means that she didn't already talk to this child several times over. So I don't think that she was just from one situation that she's going to just take out her phone and say, okay, I'm going live. I'm going to put my daughter on blast. I don't think it happened that way. I think she didn't talk to this girl over and over.
And again, these are just our opinions.
And I need them to know I'm not just going in on the child because don't get me wrong. Like I said earlier, like I said earlier, maybe the mother had enough and it just got to this point. I think that was said several times. So, Timothy, I'm not just starting at the child. I also said I might not have been dwelling on the mother as much, but I don't agree with the way she is going back and forth. I don't agree with her cussing her child out. But now that her child is grown, shit.
Well, what do y'all think about going on social media though? Do you think that is an appropriate
I'm gonna tell
way
you
to
now.
do it?
I'm gonna tell you now. Y'all might judge me if you want to, but when my kids wasn't cleaning up the house, I told them, if you don't get this house clean, baby, I'm gonna take pictures of all of this and it's going on your page. It's going on Kik. It's going on Instagram. It's going on Facebook. We gonna hook it on up. I sure did because I got tired of talking. And I mean, if I'm talking to you for months on end, telling you to do something a certain way, and I still got to come home from work and clean up too, and you grown and you in my house and you ain't paying no bills, are you serious?
So you think?
No, I'm gonna do whatever is necessary. You want to embarrass me? I'm gonna embarrass you because you know what? You affected my life because I can't have company over because my house is nasty. You know what I'm saying? You embarrassing me, so I'm gonna embarrass your ass. Sorry.
I mean, and I'm not judging you, you know. Oh, go ahead, Cynthia.
I just got quiet because in some instance there is no book to parenting. There is no right or wrong. It's whatever works for your household. But I'm not against counseling. Hell, I'm 45 and now I think I need counseling because of some ways how I grew up. I'm so hardcore. I ain't trying to hear nothing nobody trying to say it's my way or the highway. Fuck what you talking about. You know, and that's not the way to be in life. So I'm not against counseling. And I'm just saying honestly, because I just told my 26-year-old daughter, shit, if you find somewhere to go, I'll go with you. You know, the biggest problem in the Black household is what happens in this house stays in this house. And if what happens in this house is hurting me, I need to be able to let it out for my sanctity, not yours, but for my peace of mind. You know, and I grew up kind of in a dysfunctional home. I just don't blast it on social media because my mother's been deceased for 27 years, but she did the best she could do because hers too was a teachable cycle. You know, her father was abusive to her and so on and so forth. So with that being said, when my kids came to me, you know, I was like, Mama, when you did this or when you said that or blase this, that, and the other, that was a bitter pill for me to swallow. But I respect them as adults being able to come to me.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it made my relationship with my kids stronger. I really do. But like I told them, there's a lot of things that I learned. I grew up with you all. You know, I got pregnant at 17. I grew up with my kids. I made my mistake as raising my kids, but at the same time, I still believe in firm discipline. When I say I beat that ass, I beat that ass.
Do you think that doing it on social media is another outlet of help or a resource for you as a parent? Do you think that it would work or would have worked when you were raising your children?
For my oldest daughter, because like I said, she was an attention seeker. If she had an asthma attack, she was on there typing, she about to die. So I got people telling me what's wrong with her. Ain't nothing wrong with her. She need her asthma pump. And I'm going to pump her goddamn throat. I'm going to pump it up for her. She going to have all the oxygen she needs. That's why I said some kids are truly attention seeker. I love my daughter, but my middle child was that one that gave me the run for my money. But now at 26, we have a relationship that's unbreakable. We really do.
All right, good. Taz, social media, would you use it if you could?
No. It's a certain part of me that feels that like I don't think I would videotape it. Some things I just feel like it's not for the world.
Everyone in the world.
Maybe I would rather, if it was, you know what I'm saying, I would rather call one of y'all. I'm not gonna put it out there for the rest of the world because it ain't for the rest of the world.
I'm gonna say this.
If I need help, they got Google. They got, you know what I'm saying? Did you say?
Right. I said, I hate to interrupt, but I just got to say, I put it on Facebook. I sure did. When my son decided to put his hands on me, the whole world gonna know. They show, I'm sorry. Yeah. That's just, no, that was my outfit.
I mean, but that's what I said. That's why I say it's not for me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not judging whoever do it. If that's what they do.
I need to have more than one witness. So when they come and pick that nigga body up, you know what I'm saying? They know what happened.
Okay with you. I cannot with you. You talking about me.
I'm just talking. I would never do that to my child.
I need to, and Timothy, no hard feelings, honey. It you know what I'm saying? Just being one with it. You know, everybody. Yeah, everybody has their own opinion. Everybody is, you know, raise their kids differently. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. However you choose to do so, do it. I mean, I don't know if Timothy got kids. Has he experienced that yet? But the best experience when it comes to kids is your personal own experience, hands-on.
Oh, he said no hard feelings at all, Taz. I love the dialogue. I said it straight talk, honey. We all in here talking about grown folks.
We all gonna have different opinions because we all were raised differently.
Differently, yeah. And you know what? But like we said earlier, that's sparing the rod.
Spoil the child.
There's nothing wrong with spanking your child on the bottom to get them in line. But people, this is the one thing that I have never understood. But they don't know the difference between a spanking, a whooping, and a beating.
Well, I did all of them.
You are dumb. And evidently, this one here says she done did it a time or two. She said, my home was not always peaceful with 3 teen girls going in different directions when there was only one of me. So I get it. But we got to be able to see our wrongs and grow before our kids will. I've jab slapped mine a few times, and once I was sure I knocked one of them all the way to Bangladesh. But it was the talking, crying, trying, and not giving up just because we didn't get it right the first time that worked the best.
Yes.
Parenting is freaking hard. You ain't never liked it.
Of course it is. Of course it is, because you got to remember, as I've said before, our kids are a product of us. They're not us. So therefore, how we are, and parents get this messed up every time. They think, well, this, since this is my child is going to be like me. No, that's a whole different personality. That's a whole different character.
Baby, you ain't never lied, because you be looking at them like, did this come out of me?
Right?
It couldn't have possibly came out of me.
This ain't none of me. I didn't, ain't got no.
Yeah, and you be looking at them and looking at their behaviors and wondering where behavior came from. And now, you know what I'm saying, looking at these other clips of this woman and her daughter.
Yeah, by the way, we going to the next one.
Go ahead, because I have to see this. Come on.
Bro, just let them fuck up every day. Just that. Look, she fixed this shit this morning. This shit still sitting here. Tag ain't been cut off for 2-3 days. She stood up and let this baby eat off this nasty ass table. Who does that? What parenting skills is that? No parenting skills at all.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go to this next one here.
Standing in my house. Find somebody to come and get you a little because you gotta ride out. You got to go, girl. I'm serious in the motherfucker. You're not gonna sit up and call me all kind of bitches and think you finna stay in my house. That's what you is. I see you as I see it, a bitch.
Okay, and I see it as I see it too, a bitch.
Okay, and you the dirtiest bitch I ever seen.
And you are the pettiest.
Yes, I sure am.
Nasty ass.
Hurry up and get your stuff.
No, mother ass bitch. That's what you are. If I'm a bitch, you a bitch. I'm a bitch. Get off of me, bitch. Get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me.
That went too far. Too far.
Yeah, that was disturbing.
She should have went ahead and called the police if she wanted her out.
That's what I'm telling you. That's how I feel it. I feel if it got, but you know what? Wait a minute, y'all. It's like all of a sudden your children are from you. You gave birth or you're raising them, whatever your situation may be, but you call them your children. You care, you love. But then all of a sudden, the one you giving your every single thing to calls you out your name. They take you. They
black out and forget who they are. You black out for
who
me.
Are you from? You know, so I'm not condoning none of that, but I can almost understand.
That's
where
what I was
that
about to say.
comes
I don't
from.
condone it either, but I empathize with the lady. You know, I understand the mother.
Yeah, man.
And I guess
mean,
I understand because I've been there several times over.
God, man, that's just not right. And then you got the baby to see and all of that. It just went, went south way too fast. It just,
I've never went so far as to do it in front of my grandkids. I would have looked at that camera and said, to be continued, and I'd have cut the camera off. And I would have put my foot so far up in her ass that it took 911 to get it out, because it goes back to you're still in the mother's house.
You have to respect those rules.
And that's another thing. You know, I keep hearing, because you're in my house, you need to respect me. The way I was raised, you respect your parents. I don't care where you're at.
That's
You
right.
respect them outside the house, inside the house. You respect them to the day they die.
True.
That's the Bible.
Yes.
Honor thy parents. People need to learn that, live by it. And eventually, as a kid, the kids need to quit saying, Mom, you owe me respect. Dad, you owe me respect. Earn your respect. Get in line. And your kids are going to give you the same respect that you're giving your parents. Earn that entitlement. You ain't lived long enough to get my respect.
Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to say this because it's been eating at my heart. My mother was killed in 1993 from crack cocaine. I grew up in a household where my mother smoked crack for many, many years. And I see kids today calling their mama dope fiend, crackhead, bitch ass hoes, whatever. I never disrespected my mother. Neither me or my 4 brothers were ever able to disrespect my mother. My brother was 14 and sold dope just to make sure we had food on the table. I skipped school to make sure the bills got paid so that my disability check didn't go to the dope man. So I know both sides of the track. And I'm doing everything in my power not to cry because a part of me as a mother, I sympathize with that woman. A part of me as a kid, I've been on that side of the track. So when somebody tells me what's not right and what is right, there is no book to parenting. Right or wrong, your parent is your parent. Period.
Nay, I'll make you laugh. When she beat you like Cookie, you still gave her respect, didn't you?
Shit, you know what I'm saying? My mother's been gone 27 years, and I still have respect for my mother today. I'm just speaking as a child. She's been gone 27 years, and I will still never disrespect my mother today. I know she smoked dope, but you'll never hear me call my mother a dope fiend. I know she did. You will never hear me say that bitch did me wrong. I'll never say that about my mother because right or wrong, she was still my mother. And that's truly how
for that fact alone, I feel like kids need to respect their parents because we gave you life. You know what I'm saying? And just for that reason alone, you need to give more respect. I'm just saying. Whew, the girl was too loose at the mouth. Francis, can't nobody hear you.
You done muted your mic.
You're still muted, honey. We can't.
I'm sorry, Taz. I'm sorry. But you know, I have to laugh. Wait a minute, this is wonderful. I just want to sit back and look at her ass move her mouth. That's all. I want to look at you. You can't say shit to me, can you? I can talk all the shit I want to you now. Damn. Say something. Say something back here, Taz. Just bye.
Don't make no. She ain't no good, y'all. She ain't no good.
Is your mic unmuted now? Say something. Talk to her.
Oh, it still ain't working, girl.
She's still a mute.
Look, something you saying, girl. It must be.
Well, we finna let me read this comment here. Timothy says, I respect my parents in my house where I pay all the bills. This parent is probably not to blame. I am sure she probably was treated like this growing up as well.
I'm pretty sure about it too. I'm pretty sure it's like.
But I want to know, Tim, what do you mean treated like what? Only thing that she's asking of her daughter is to please clean up after your child and yourself. Respect my home. I am tired of telling you to respect my house. And so the daughter got an attitude because why? Because the mom is telling her, don't disrespect me. Clean up.
And she tried to bring the mama's husband, boyfriend into it. What he got to do with you being nasty?
Taz.
Okay.
You still can't get that.
Taz, try to say something.
We still can't hear nothing, girl. Nothing.
Girl.
Girl.
She want to say something so bad. Poor baby. No. Hey, pick up a piece of paper, write on it. Sign language or something. Throw some crib signs. I don't know, something.
Oh, my God. I'm so done.
Say something. Get in the comments.
Y'all ain't no good. Y'all ain't no good.
Baby, whatever it is, finna be juicy coming across that phone.
Girl.
She got something fly to
Okay,
say.
something fly. Do y'all think that the mama was like afraid to hurt her daughter's feel? I don't know exactly how I'm trying to say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like becoming they're too comfortable. You get what I'm saying? Because even if they weren't, say for instance, to me, in my opinion, I feel like if they weren't fighting and they were just having a regular old,
that they still talk to each other.
That they still talk to each other that way.
Yes.
So that's why I'm like,
she was too comfortable.
You know what? I can't say the name, but my children be around their friends and the parents be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, shit. No. No.
A lot of this is like, okay, well, look. Francis, dog.
I guess we'll read your comment for you since you can't talk.
You a hoe.
You a hoe. Now the old me is back. Fuck you, Judy Palmer. Okay, Teresa, get him.
Oh, I'm done with both y'all. Y'all done. Okay.
Oh, she trying to act like she ain't scared. Okay. Wait till after the show.
Y'all, Teresa, all we see is this right here. Don't make no sense.
Did you read my lips, Francis?
Look here. So the mother-daughter relationship, y'all feel is corrupted. I can't fool with y'all.
What does squares mean when they been texting in? What that mean?
Hey,
I don't know.
No smoking. Francis, no smoking on the show.
Francis said, "Forget about it. She would forget it." What does that mean? She dying laughing, Cynthia. That means she lying. She dying laughing. She crying. She crying laughing. She laughing hard.
Yeah, my kids, they friends be drinking and smoking and all that. They be like, "Go and get you some, Tatiana. Go and get you one, Sandra. Go and get you one, Devon." They be like, "Nah, y'all got it. Y'all got." Oh, but as soon as I leave, boy, they turned up. They turned up for real.
And righteously so. Why? Because they respect you and your presence.
Do y'all think that giving corporal punishment to your children when they're growing up, do you think it makes a difference? Do you think that it makes them have more respect when they get older?
Yeah.
Or do you think just talking to them is good enough? Friends, I don't want to talk, baby, but I can't read your lips.
No. I believe that you should discipline your kids in any rank from beginning to end.
Do you think it's healthy for them to have a small amount of fear of you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because I'm your parent. I'm not your friend. Yes, I do. I will always be your parent. I'm not your friend. So I do believe that. You have to respect me before you can respect someone in the street.
It's the only way we're going to get you on the show, girl. So come on. You on the show, girl. Now Judy asked the question. She said, "Do you think you heard about corporal punishment? Do you think that?"
I heard that bullshit. I heard the goddamn question. What
Can you hear her name?
Going on?
You hear her talking shit.
I hear her.
You didn't pay your fees for this month. They cut your connection off.
Well, bitch, cut me all the way off.
I'm so done. I'm so done.
Ooh, girl, come back into the show.
I told you I got fired.
Dope.
Hey,
we live, y'all. We still live.
Oh yeah, we live.
You know everybody listening to you.
Come on,
she hung up. Some say, I done got fired.
Come on, girl.
Come back in and share the story with everybody.
Shit. No, but it's, in my opinion,
when you ask about the fear, it's healthy fear. You can't expect you can't expect them to respect everybody outside, but not respect you in the home.
I think corporal punishment doesn't have to necessarily mean. Okay, Judy, what exactly is corporal punishment?
Yes, where you whooping the butt.
You whooping the butt.
Yes.
You physically are giving some kind of spats. Okay.
Spats.
I feel
push up position. I don't care.
I feel that you don't necessarily have to do exactly that to get your point across if you do it early. No, wait, because I know y'all have heard of parents to where all they have to do is give that look.
My mama.
Or that voice raises up that extra notch.
My mama.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's because
they didn't have to do. I got to beat your ass.
I have to agree. Now, with our oldest daughter, she only got a whooping probably 3 times, and she's 22. I've only had to spank her 3 times in her whole life.
And
that's
sometimes
them boys every day. Oh, every day.
They always in trouble, and it's because they push the limits. But that's why I say is when you ask, does corporal punishment have to, or do you think it works or whatever? I think it just depends on the child, and maybe you don't always have to go to that extent.
Yeah.
You back, Taz?
I guess.
What you
what
think,
I was
girl?
going to say was it depends on the child, because every child, just because you have to whoop one doesn't mean you have to whoop them all. One
Yeah.
child, that
Yes.
sometimes it works for one child, and just talking to another child might work for that child.
All right.
It depends on the child, because once again, each child, they can be raised in the same household but have totally different characters. You know
We
what
know
I'm
that
saying?
firsthand, definitely.
So yeah, and like I can count on one hand how many times I had to whoop my kids. And I remember instead one time, instead of me whooping Kiki, she felt the need to curse. So I would tell her, stick your tongue out, and I'd thump her tongue. Yes, I
Girl.
did. Or what I would do
Craziness.
to her what she would do to another child. For instance, when she was at daycare, a child had bit her. So days go by, and she in turn went and bit somebody. So I grabbed her finger, the tip of her finger, and I bit the tip of her finger. And I said, "How does that feel?" She cried, she hollered, she said it hurt. I said, "Well, then that's what it feels when you bite somebody. Do not bite nobody." And I've never had a problem with that ever since.
Right,
Hey, it's
y'all.
almost like however you get your point across to your children. I mean, like we've discussed and said so many times that
You what?
there's no book, there's no
Hey, so
book to parenting.
That's
So
right. I'm sorry.
my daughter standing at the corner of the fireplace, she gonna look at me and whisper to me, talk about, "But I'm grown now."
oh look, and she whispered it too, and and way over there in the corner.
Yeah, she
You
did.
know.
She whispered it.
All right, y'all. We're gonna
I'm
start talking
telling you,
about.
she did.
We're gonna talk about the reveal for tomorrow. We're gonna come on tomorrow. I know it's not a show day for us, but we're gonna still come on and reveal us helping out the
Giving our
families.
Christmas blessings, y'all. I mean, it's that time. We reached, man, y'all, the blessings, the donations, they were wonderful. So now it's time to show everybody how we're going to give that back to the two families that were drawn the other day. So it's time. Y'all will let you know about a time, but just look out for the show tomorrow. It's not a scheduled show, so keep a lookout.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be around about 6:00.
Probably around that time. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, at least reveal to everybody how many people were in the drawing.
I'm sorry. Well,
At least reveal how many people were in the drawings.
What you mean? Like,
well, we had 7 families and we only chose 2.
Yeah, we chose 2.
Because it's the money thing. So adequate amount of money, to be able to help 2 families, I think in this time is good. That amount anyway. So
I mean, at least we got to help somebody.
I know, and I wish we could have helped all of them.
I mean, we couldn't. We don't have it like this, so we couldn't help everybody. But it's good to be able to do something for somebody.
Yep,
you know
that's
what I'm
how I
saying?
feel.
So, maybe next time we'll be able to help more.
Oh, it is coming. Now.
Speaking into existence, like I said, we will be able to help more.
Hey, with all our support.
Yes.
And again, we always want to say thank you to our Straight Talk family and audience.
Yes, y'all
We appreciate
make us feel loved and
definitely.
We appreciate it. Y'all, this topic tonight's been a good one. You think?
Look at Amber talking about y'all need to start it earlier. Y'all need to start it earlier next year. We know, Amber. We made a mistake, Amber. We know. But I think we did fairly good for like 15 days. Hey,
when did we start? We started in November, the end of November, right?
Yeah, I think
23rd or 7th or something.
No, it was like November 28th. So we did pretty good for that.
We need to do like they do the angel tree. They start in October for the angel tree.
That is something in October.
I'll start January 1st, y'all.
Damn.
On New Year's. This is gonna be the New Year's.
New Year's was hey, y'all start the donation for Christmas.
So okay, y'all see my fundraiser up there.
Dumb. Y'all, please excuse.
Yeah, I'm a little bit under the weather today, so
just
my mind ain't functioning right tonight. But anyway, y'all, it's been fun, y'all.
Look out for the show.
Hopefully, we all done learned something from this. I mean,
there's no book to parenting, and hey,
there's more than one way to parent. How about that?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's been straight talk, no bullshit. Y'all have a good night. We love y'all.